Welcome back, everybody. This is one of the biggest episodes of Magic Beneath the Screen.
Yes, sir.
Episode 6.
Yep.
This is one we were looking forward to since we started.
Yeah. My most anticipated movie of the year.
Yep. So, big day. You can say it.
All right. So today's episode, I think you could tell by our two guests. Well, not guests. That seems weird. Our two displays that we're reviewing Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie.
The movie, yes.
All right.
All right, man.
Where do we begin, honestly? Because I talk a lot about this movie. I'm excited.
There's a lot to talk. We're gonna do a lot. We're gonna start off with just like the stats. You can say.
Yeah. Let me pull it up on my trusty phone.
We'll do that, and then we're gonna do a little non-spoiler review.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go into a full-blown spoiler review.
Yeah.
So, but we'll let you guys know.
All right.
So you can skip,
Yeah, you can skip ahead or forward on back. I don't know.
Exactly.
All right. So, let's begin.
Okay.
Came out October 27th in theaters and Peacock simultaneously.
Yes.
Same day.
Same day.
Why decided to go with Peacock? I have no clue.
I think they thought, you know what? Like, all these people play this video game at home. I think they want to see the movie at home, but I didn't.
Could be.
We'll talk about the thing I want to talk about in respect to releasing on Peacock in like 2 minutes. Cause keep going.
All right. The studio that made the film was Blumhouse. They're known for a lot of horror movies. Yeah.
And this level of horror, not very like.
I feel like it depends because when they were showing the trailers, there was a new Blumhouse movie.
We should see that.
What was it? Night Swim.
That looks scary, bro.
It does, yeah.
Like that trailer. Well, okay. I don't want to say anything yet.
Yeah, nah. It's still too early to talk about it because I think it's
it
still
looks
early
scary,
production.
It looks scary. Like
it does. All right. The director is Emma Tammy.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of her
I
movies.
don't know her either.
But I think this might be her big break if she hasn't had any other.
Here, keep going on.
All right. The length was 1 hour and 50 minutes. On the shorter side for movies nowadays,
Which
but
is good. She's only done 2 movies.
Oh, okay.
She did Wind, which got 5 on. Yeah, nothing really much.
Yeah. Well, let's hope this movie is her big break because I think she did pretty good directing it.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that later, but yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. Like I said, the length is 1 hour 50 minutes on the shorter side, but the pacing for the movie it was good.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, because that has to deal with the spoilers.
That's a spoiler,
and I think
but stay for it.
Yeah, the budget was only $25 million.
That's crazy.
That's more of a budget, I know.
Like.
And you would think that the budget would be like through the roof. Not through the roof, but like a higher budget because obviously you're dealing with animatronics, a whole like Chuck E. Cheese pizzeria type thing. Like that you want to make it look grand, like magical kind of. And the animatronics too, like to add to the horror, like you gotta go like all out for that. Exactly. But for 25, like they did good.
Insane, dude.
With the budget they had. And as of right now, it's doing good numbers.
It's doing really, really good.
It's made a total of $130 million just in the opening weekend. Yeah.
That's insane, dude.
Exactly.
Like
it's done what? Triple its
pretty much triple its budget.
Yeah, so obviously it has to do double for it to be a success in the box office.
Yeah, so if it made anything over 50 million, it's a success.
Yeah, and I mean, you could just without even like knowing how much it's made, you can see how good it is. It's the second highest video game movie of all time. Only
Mario.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, obviously.
It is, yeah.
Way more nostalgia for everyone played that game.
Exactly.
Not everyone played FNAF,
but
most people did.
Mario's been around for 35 years.
Parents,
Exactly. Five Nights at Freddy's only been around for like 10 years.
Yes, exactly.
It's the highest grossing Blumhouse horror film Yeah,
and
of all time.
highest grossing horror film of the year
Exactly.
in the opening
Yeah,
weekend.
and we're actually getting a lot of horror films for the rest of this year.
Yeah, I kind of want to do like, yeah. So also, you know what what else we'll do? Actually, we'll talk about that later.
All right, we'll go at some more later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's doing good, and that's just what it's making in like the box office. That's not for what it's even made, like how many
Yeah, 'cause-
streams it's got on Peacock. Like I don't even, I don't know.
Sure. I doubt they have that stat yet.
Probably
it's
not.
Too early.
Yeah.
But the fact is, this movie's gonna get a sequel,
Exactly.
which is fun.
I'm praying, and I hope it does, because now that they already have the first one done, like for all we know, they could already have been working on the second one.
Exactly.
It was like the
You don't
Sonic
know.
movie. The Sonic movie, the first one came out, did great. Already announced we're doing a sequel. We already got it started.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I hope the FNAF movie can do the same thing.
they can't act right now, but also the SGA strike should be done by this week. Thank God.
Let's go.
But for right now, they could start writing it today if they wanted to.
Yeah, or
I
who
hope
knows?
they
Maybe
do.
they even started writing it,
Maybe,
because
dude.
we'll get to it in a minute. But
Yeah,
technically, the rest of it's already laid out for them, pretty
Yeah.
much.
they can just pick the best parts of what's left.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Now let's get on to the cast. You have Josh Hutcherson as Mike Schmidt, the main character.
Yep.
You have Piper Rubio as Abby, his little sister.
Yep.
Elizabeth Lyle, I believe it's pronounced.
Yep.
As Vanessa, the cop security guard. Just more of a cop.
More
but,
cop in this.
but yeah, not really a cop. Like,
It's weird.
yeah.
We'll get into it though.
And then Matthew Lyard as William Afton,
He was good.
Exactly.
Um,
You also have some cameos, some popular YouTubers.
Yes.
You have Matt Pat.
his
Game
made me
Theory.
laugh.
It was. You also had the one that everyone knew since the beginning when the first trailer came out, Corey X Kenshin. He was the guy in the oh my god, what was it? The taxi.
The cab, yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy in the cab. And there were actually also a few other cameos that were unnoticed, unless you were really paying attention. But in the pizzeria, they had like an employee of the month chart with each like pictures of different employees. And a lot of them were also popular Five Nights at Freddy's YouTuber. Let me see what the list said. Because I know... let's see, where is it? Can't find it. But I do know some of them are Dawko. Can't think of the rest, honestly. I don't watch a
Yeah,
lot
but
of...
there were some YouTubers that
Yeah.
were given more of a subtle shout out. But
Exactly.
Still got the shout out though.
I will say this. This is kind of a spoiler, but it's not like that big of a one, because it's not really. Markiplier isn't in the movie.
He's not.
I actually saw today on TikTok that a deleted scene, he was supposed to be in the movie.
Wow.
He was supposed to be the security guard at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, and have him die.
Yeah.
You know, I'm happy they didn't go with that.
That's what the guy in the review was saying.
Because hear me out. If they started off like so.
Every other like YouTube that was showing the movie, they had like a comedic scene. So
Yeah,
it's like
'cause-
to have him die.
Hear me out, right? We needed that security guard to die to show how dangerous. Because obviously we know as
Like,
fans of the games
exactly
how
how-
dangerous they are.
exactly.
But look, this movie is being presented as its own thing.
Yeah.
So anyone who hasn't played the games needs to know these animatronics are dangerous.
Yeah.
So we needed to show the security guard get killed.
But too though, even if it was him though, I think he actually could have done a good job like putting that fear into people, because
Yeah.
Markiplier can act.
He can act, but
And
I
I
feel
mean-
like it would have been I feel like they might have gotten some backlash if they killed him.
Maybe not.
People
I
are
don't know.
weird like that, you know.
I don't think so. I think they just more wanted him in the movie just because he was one of like the founders that like blew up FNAF. Obviously I think that's like still his like most viewed content is just his let's play of like every game.
Damn.
Pretty much. But yeah, he was supposed to be the original security guard, because Matt Pat said that on set he was on that like missing poster of that security guard.
Damn.
But due to him having to film for his own movie, The Iron Lung,
Yes.
that caused scheduling issues.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do?
What?
What are you gonna do? You know.
Oh yeah, that is true.
happened, but it was still good, you know.
Yeah. But yeah,
Alright.
that's it for the stats. I think it's time we finally get into the review.
Yeah. So this is a spoiler one. Oh no, so non-spoiler one.
Yeah.
Real quick. So what do you think, man?
I liked it. It did some stuff that the games did. It took its own story
Yeah, you're telling
and
me.
combined it with the games, and it meshed perfectly together.
Yep.
And I like that. Everything came together with like every piece of like Five Nights at Freddy's lore. They have their own. Put it all in one thing, and it was great because that was one of the issues with the original plan they had for the movie. This movie has gone through some development hell. It originally wasn't going to be developed by Blumhouse. I think it was like Sony Entertainment they were going to do it.
Dude, they went through a lot to get this made.
It got dropped, canceled multiple times.
COVID.
They went through so many directors. COVID. They couldn't think of a storyboard. Because one of the original plans was to have it be like the plushies. They were supposed to like come alive and take over New York type of thing.
Ugh.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
Yeah.
A terrible movie to watch, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But what they did,
It was good.
I liked it a lot.
Like, we're not gonna say anything exactly, but
Just yet.
you know what? The animatronics look good.
They did, yeah.
Not that scary to me.
Yeah, they weren't that scary, but now thinking about it, like, they weren't really that scary, honestly, in the game.
In the game, you're right.
In the first game specifically, though.
Because, look, this is the first of, I think this is going to get sequels.
Yeah.
You know? So, look, they can get scarier. I think they will.
And two, like, if we think about it, these games came out when we were in, like, 3rd grade or something like that.
Yeah.
So to us, obviously, yeah, they would be scary. But it's like now, we're probably not going to find it as scary as much.
Exactly. I mean, today I did get jump scared. I
Oh,
was looking at this one. It was like Puppet or something.
Yeah, the marionette. That was funny.
Not good. I was not
The
expecting
audio wasn't
it
even
in that,
on.
I know. I just wasn't expecting it in that moment. You
Yeah.
know? Anyway.
That's like the main thing with like the animatronics is that like they don't scare you because of how scary they look. It's just because like you don't expect it.
No, exactly.
There have been so many times throughout like me playing the first game, I've been jump scared by Chica, and it's not that she scares me, but it's like because like it just like pops up and it's like you least expect it.
Yeah. And then honestly, the acting was pretty good, man.
The acting was
I
good.
made use of that.
Yeah,
'Cause,
they
like-
didn't have that many like human roles, like people in it.
They had Mike,
Mike,
Vanessa.
Vanessa, Abby,
William,
Afton, yeah.
the aunt. who
yeah.
wanted to take Abby.
Then you had
The
Max.
Lawyer, the lawyer was hilarious.
The lawyer was funny.
like really funny.
He,
Um,
I feel like after that he probably quit.
Yeah. The babysitter, what's her name?
Max.
Max.
Then I
her
think
brother.
that was her brother.
Yeah.
And then his 2 friends.
Who all.
They
That
that
was-
was something.
That was crazy.
But yeah, those were like really like the 10 main like people because
Yeah,
the
it was
rest were all just
not-
like background characters.
Yeah, it was a small cast. Honestly.
Yeah, which was good, honestly. For a small
Yeah.
cast, I mean, that makes sense because in the games, like, you don't really, like...
See anyone.
Exactly.
So, to make this much of a focus on the animatronics type of movie was good.
Yeah.
They did well with it. Because I feel like horror movies sometimes struggle with, like, the outside of the jump scares.
Yeah.
Outside of the horror part of
Yeah, 'cause
the story.
That's what a lot of people don't like about this movie. It's gotten a decent amount of mixed reviews, specifically IGN.
Hated it.
They gave it a 4?
4, yeah.
Yeah,
Rotten
Rotten
Tomatoes
Tomatoes gave it
hates
a
it.
26, but the fan audience is at a 90%.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you saw IGN's review, they said that, like, oh, it doesn't, like, if you're looking at it for horror, it's not that. Which, I mean, makes sense.
They're right.
This movie isn't a horror movie. It's a thriller movie.
Yeah.
Because it focuses more on the story than the jump scares.
Yeah. I would have preferred more jump scares.
I would have liked some, but it's like... I feel like it would be weird, though, because, like, it's a movie. Because when you get jump scared in the games, you're dead.
Yeah.
When you get jump scared. How were they going to do that in the movie without killing a lot of people?
You know, they
Because
could have
only
done
3 people died.
it. Yeah. They could have done it to where it was like, like they get jump scared, but he's like able to like dodge the attack or something.
I guess
Like
maybe.
it's one of the scariest games of all time. No,
Yeah,
like
it's
one of
up
the or it's
there.
one of the most at least it's one of the most famous horror games at all. Of
Oh
all
no,
time,
yeah,
you know?
horror games. It's way up there.
So I expected it. I didn't expect it to be like this like insane like disgusting horror.
Yeah, no, I wasn't
I
expecting
knew
that
it wasn't
either.
gonna be that.
Because not even the games are honestly that
No.
gory.
But I wanted a little more jump scares. That was all. I also
guess,
would have preferred
yeah.
like it would have been cool if they just had like one like 3 minute one shot where it was just like Mike and like you switch to like a point of view.
So like how like the games are like the cameras.
Yeah, so like he's
that
looking
would
at
have
the
been
cameras.
cool.
Just
Yeah.
to like have it once and like dude,
Yeah.
have him get jump scared by like something like
They could
dumb.
Yeah.
Like have like sorry. Have like a bottle drop.
True.
You know, like
I mean, they kind of did that with the little balloon boy figure.
yeah.
Because a lot
That
of
was
people.
really funny.
That was a lot. That's what everyone's been saying. Like that's the scariest thing is just balloon boy.
Yeah.
And like it's not even an animatronic. It's a little toy.
Even in the end.
Yeah.
In the cab.
I wish if they did have like more jump scares, it was Foxy's jump scare.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really jump scare you in the first game. He just like pops out from the door and just screams at you.
And runs.
Yeah, they could have done. Well, I mean, they did have him running down the hall.
They did.
Towards the end of the movie when he was running at Mike.
Oh, you're right.
They did
It was
that.
like a point of view shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
But they could have like had him just like pop in from like the side of the door, and then have like Mike run out the door, and then they could have.
100%.
There probably were more scenes like that, honestly, because apparently they did cut a lot of scenes out. A lot of Max's scenes, she said that they got cut out.
Yeah, it
A
makes
lot of
sense.
them did. I mean, she
She-
didn't really have that much importance to the story.
Yeah, she did what she needed to do, but I'm not mad at her.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad that they cut it out. And I think there was some other. I think there was like a scene, another William Afton scene that was cut out.
What are you gonna do? Okay.
Yeah.
But before we go into the spoiler one, like, do you think someone should see this movie?
Someone should see the movie.
Do you think?
If they're a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, yes, obviously.
I think.
And if you're not, but you've heard of Five Nights at Freddy's, still go see it because a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, I gotta find out like the whole lore about like the whole series just to understand it." You actually
did
don't,
not. You
because
needed-
you don't know the lore,
No.
and you still understood it.
Yeah, you don't. Now, do they say? I don't think they say the names. They say Freddy,
Yeah,
but do they say Chica, or?
I think like once or twice. They don't say it as much as like they probably said like Freddy's name.
Yeah, they said Freddy's name a lot, but in Springtrap, well,
I don't think they said
Spring
Springtrap though.
They kind of did, but it was like it was more like
The
he's,
yellow
spring
rabbit.
locked.
Yeah.
The yellow rabbit, yeah.
Because I don't think like Springtrap is Springtrap isn't the actual like rabbit's name. It's the original. So Freddy isn't the original mascot. It's It's the golden bear we saw, and his name isn't Freddy. It's Fred Bear, because the original pizzeria was called Fred Bear's Family Diner, and so the rabbit was also called Actually, I don't even think it was. I don't think it had a name. I might be wrong with that. But yeah, it wasn't. Springtrap was not the original name.
Yeah, but I think they're good. I think also, you know what? And then after this, we'll get into the spoiler review. But even if you're just like someone who's like looking to like start watching horror movies, this is a good start.
Yeah.
Cause like it's not that scary.
Exactly.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Like not that funny, but it's funny. There's a lot of also. It's funny in a way of like you're clearly like laughing. Like, maybe not how the movie wanted you to laugh.
Yeah.
Cause like, and then I'm just gonna say this one spoiler. Like the scenes where like they're like playing the music was actually hilarious.
They were, yeah.
Where it was just like.
Exactly, yeah. I do wish that they used a little bit like more songs than Talking in Your Sleep.
Yeah, like one or two more.
Yeah, because, I mean, there was a whole playlist on Spotify, and they had a whole bunch of songs, but there's only, like, 3 standout songs in the movie.
Yeah. No, so that would have been good. But it was good. All right. Spoiler review.
Yes, sir. I'm excited for this one.
Me too. Let's start with the beginning.
Yeah.
So, security guard.
Gets chased down. Not by one of the animatronics, not the main four. By the cupcake.
Yep. And he's running through the vents, crawling through the vents.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the opening scene might have been the scariest of the whole movie.
Maybe, yeah. Or any scene where like the character's almost like not gutted, but in the games they refer to that as like being scooped. So I guess that's like the scooping room.
Yep. Anyway, that was pretty scary and that was cool.
Yeah. It was more like it wasn't really scary, but it was more like anticipation, I guess.
It was like good. It was a good like suspense, you know.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
The cupcake too, though. I like how they gave the cupcake more of a role.
Yeah.
Where it was like a little like minion for Chica.
Makes sense.
Because in the first game, Cupcake ain't do nothing. The Cupcake doesn't do anything in any of the games, actually.
Really?
Yeah, so to give the Cupcake, like, an actual, like, role, I like it.
Yeah. What was the next scene after that?
After that, I think it, goes to Mike, like, waking up.
Yes.
And then it's, like, shows, like, his, like, first, job. Well, not his first job.
It shows...
Him at the mall.
And he thinks the dad is
is kidnapping, a little boy, but turns out the little boy was a child, and he like badly beat the father up inside the water fountain.
And we learned to find out like why he did that, because like his brother was
was kidnapped when he was younger.
And I was like, damn. Like when I saw that, I was like, okay.
Like at first it didn't make sense, but now, like that.
Looking back at it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know.
And actually, that's where the original storyline starts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because in the games, Mike is the first security guard in the first game, but like we know nothing else about him, like in the throughout all the games. Because I think from the second game, it's always been like someone different.
Damn.
But yeah, so obviously he gets fired.
And then
that's the first time you see William Afton.
Yeah, so he goes to the
but at that time we don't know.
We don't know. I knew something was up.
Yeah.
Because he was weird.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, especially because he didn't say his last name, Schmidt. He like said Mike, and then he stopped, and after that it's like he was acting pretty weird.
Yeah. Yeah, because like at that point I knew. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, so something has to be off.
And then he pretty much...
That's when he offered him the job at Freddy's.
Yeah, I think he just offers it to people who, like, he knows, like...
Like, that if they go missing or something, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I guess he just... Yeah, I mean, he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
You know, he's a killer.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, so Mike says, like, sorry, like, I can't do nights. And then Afton's like, alright, call me.
Yeah, just call me back if you want it. Then that's when we start to find out, how stuff is at home. Yeah, that his aunt wants to take custody of her because he's not fit to raise her, because he's gotten fired from, like, so many other jobs.
Like 10 jobs.
Exactly. He's like almost like half asleep the whole time.
Yep.
And that's when we also meet the lawyer too. He looked traumatized.
What a funny character, man.
Exactly. Like he barely said any lines.
Maybe
but like
one line.
I think so, yeah. Like one or two. And after that, like just like his reaction the whole time to everything was funny.
Yeah. And then so he talks to Abby, and we learn like she doesn't really like talk a lot.
Yeah, she's always just like drawing. Yeah.
Which we learn has a bigger.
It has a bigger meaning, and we find out too that like all her drawings, she's at the center. Mike is at the center.
Yep.
Of all of them.
Yeah, because then one of the next scenes is the aunt shows up to the school.
Yeah, well, that's when the aunt and Mike are at the school. That's when they're talking with the lawyer and like the guidance counselor about her getting custody.
And she never does because well, she can't.
Exactly.
She's not
Yeah.
alive, so.
Mike, then he's talking with the guidance counselor one-on-one, saying like, oh, she doesn't really care for Abby.
Yeah.
So that's when he decides to take the job at Freddy's to at least like try to do more for Abby, like be a better
caregiver.
caregiver.
Yeah, But the day before he does, remember we get one scene of him like going to bed like
Oh,
he does.
yeah, the night before.
And it's just like it's him seeing.
Yeah, it's a flashback to when he was younger. His mom, dad,
Yeah.
brother, they're on this like
Picnic.
camping trip in
Camping trip,
in Nebraska. Because I think when we first meet Mike, we just see a poster of Nebraska on the ceiling.
And I remember I leaned over to you and I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, because nothing's mentioned about Nebraska.
Yeah.
Like ever in like any media of it.
Yeah. So, but then, next night he falls asleep and he puts on, and because we learned that he believes.
In Dream Theories.
Yeah,
that's when. Oh, also that's when the movie begins. We see him like reading a book on Dream Theories.
Yeah, and
which I think Dream Theories also have an important like part in the Five Nights at Freddy's games.
Really.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And then because he believes that if he can,
Like.
he believes that he saw.
Yeah, who it was. He wants to like piece
together.
Exactly.
He's gonna keep going back, but he's taking drugs.
Yeah, sleeping pills, because it like makes his dreams more like vivid.
Yeah.
Easier to remember.
And he keeps going back and back every night. And that's why he has the poster. That's why he has nature sounds that he listens to.
Yeah, white sounds.
So that it can put it back into that location.
State, yeah.
I was like, okay, that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
So the first time we see it, he sees his brother get taken away.
Yeah, he's chasing after the van,
Yep.
and he trips on this rock, and that's where the dream ends. It's next morning already.
Yep. So then, next morning, takes her to school, whatever, blah, blah, and then that night, he starts his job.
Yeah.
Because he realized, because he talks to the teacher,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, like...
He decides to be a better caregiver for Abby.
Exactly.
So he just...
Her,
Exactly. He just takes the job either way, no matter what.
And he's like, well, I'm going to have to take it.
Yeah. That's also too when we find out a little like how weird William Afton is. He actually doesn't go by William Afton like in the movie. It's something. Oh my god, I forget what it is, but it doesn't say William Afton.
Okay.
But so he's on the phone with William. I'm just gonna call him William Afton because obviously we all know, if you play the games, we all know that that's William Afton. He's on the phone. He's explaining that all he has to do is just make sure no one gets in. That the person who opened the diner like is really sentimental, doesn't want to get rid of it for some reason. But yeah, just all they have to do is just wait until the morning, make sure no one breaks in, make sure the place is still like a decent-ish condition.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all he does. The first night, it goes smoothly for him. He actually winds up falling asleep.
And then he realizes that he's more...
Like, the dream's more vivid. He can do more in the dream.
And does he see the kids the first night?
I don't... He might have. I can't fully remember.
Yeah. I think he did, but they just ran away.
Yeah, they all ran away.
This is what happened. He ran away. That's when he tripped on the rock.
Yeah.
Then he fell on his face in the job, but it was 6 a.m. already.
Yeah.
Because obviously the first night is always easy.
Yeah, the first night, yeah. None of the animatronics, Bonnie and Chica, they roam around in the first night, but they never kill you. The only way you can die in the first night is if, like, you run out of power and then Freddy kills you.
Yeah.
But even by then, because, like, the time moves faster the first night, you really shouldn't die.
Yeah. And then comes back the next night.
And isn't that where we meet Vanessa?
Yeah, so he falls asleep.
Yeah.
On purpose this time.
Yeah,
That's
to try.
The first night wasn't on purpose.
Yeah,
he
because
fell
I think
asleep.
that night he brought the Nebraska poster because there's a scene where Abby's talking to him like, "Why are you trying to rip the poster off the ceiling?"
Yep, exactly.
And then
And then we see. So he chases after one of the kids and he grabs the kid and and it's like that's pretty scary. It was a pretty scary face.
Yeah. Like the eyes were all like black. I think it was like blood coming out.
Yeah, and then he slashes him.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up and he's like.
Yeah, because he hears
And Vanessa's at the door.
Yeah, the doorbell ringing for it.
And then Vanessa, so he lets her in, and then she's like, "Oh, like you're bleeding." So he realizes like, "Oh, like." Now the only weird thing is that like he's never like surprised that he was cut.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
I guess too because like it was like something like in the dream. He just like I don't know.
I guess he believes in it, but it was a little
Like
odd.
anytime he got hurt, like within the dreams, like they never delved more into that. Like how was he hurt?
They treated it like it was just like normal.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Which it was a little weird. I think that was when they show had not thinking about it.
Yeah. But it was okay. And then so she fixes him up. They start talking. She was sus from the beginning.
Yeah, she was.
Like, she was weird.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Obviously, at the end of the movie, we find out why.
But it was cool. And I was like, okay. And then you told me like, oh, she's from the game, from the games. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, that's cool.
For anyone who doesn't know, obviously, Vanessa is from the most recent Five Nights at Freddy's game, Security Breach, but also is in Help Wanted. That's when we first meet her, but I don't think we get like to see her design until Security Breach, because in Security Breach she is the night guard for the Pizzaplex.
Is that game good?
It's all right. I've played a little bit of Security Breach. I think the DLC was better than the original game, so I don't know. I'll continue playing at some point.
Yeah. But then he gets home, and then the next night, he might have gotten 2 nights, I think.
I think so because there was
he goes one more night without taking Abby,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the night where he's able to actually talk to the kid,
Yeah.
and he's like,
If you do what we want, we'll give you what you want.
and then he's like, what does that mean? And then he wakes up,
Yeah.
and that's when they start moving around. By the way.
The animatronics. Yeah, they start moving around.
But I think he gets out somehow. Anyway.
Yeah.
But then and then it kind of cuts into the aunt.
It cuts back to the aunt. She's at this diner with the lawyer, Max, and her brother. Also, the scene where we meet Matt Pat. He's a waiter there, and he says his classic line, "That's just a theory."
That was hilarious.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't even realize he
genuinely.
said that at first until I rewatched the scene like a day later.
That's why I was laughing, because he was like, all right, like, what do you guys want to eat? And then the aunt's like, we're not eating.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, I think you're supposed to eat. But
Yeah,
that's
breakfast
just
is
a
like the
theory.
most important meal of the day. Yeah, but that's just a theory.
I
At first, I didn't even know that was him
Really?
until like after he started talking again. I'm like, oh my god, it's Matt Pat.
Yeah. That was.
It was.
It was good, and he actually did pretty well. So.
He did, yeah. It was a minor role, but he did good.
He did well, because
Exactly.
it's tough to act. So.
Yeah.
But
so the reason why the aunt was talking with Max and her brother was to find dirt on Mike. Because obviously Max has been babysitting Abby, so the aunt found out that he got a new job, and she wants to like sabotage it, get him fired.
So the brother recommends, okay, we'll rob it.
Yeah, well, at first he recommended murdering Mike.
Did he? Oh,
Yeah,
he did.
because even the lawyer said like I shouldn't be here like hearing all this. He recommended murdering, and then he just straight up. I think he actually also said like, oh, like just kidnap Abby. I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah, and then that's when they decided like, oh, like we'll just trash the place.
Yeah.
So I think it was the third night.
Fourth night, I think.
No, I think it was the third.
I don't know.
I think the movie took place literally in like 5 nights.
Yeah. So I think it was the third. Yeah, I thought it was the third.
Because it would make sense. It was it wasn't the night. It was the morning. Because this
Yeah,
was
so,
after
yeah.
Mike left the second night.
That's the other thing. Like, and I like this movie, but the writing wasn't great, because like, look, his job is nice,
Yeah.
and Vanessa was like, hey, I can get you in trouble for them breaking in.
Yeah.
Look, they clearly broke in after he.
Yeah,
was done with
exactly.
his shift.
But the reason why though was because technically he's not supposed to be seen on the job. Obviously, his one job is to stay up all night to make sure no one breaks in, and he left his sleeping pills there.
And also left the door open. Okay. So yeah.
But
She said
well,
that.
no, he locked it.
No, but she said that the back door he left open.
Oh.
Yeah.
But either way though, so the brother and 3 of his friends, they broke in, obviously after he gets out, and they're just trashing the place.
Going crazy.
And that's, I guess, when you can say, like, not like the true horror happens.
It's probably like the most like gory.
Yeah.
It's not even bad.
Because you have what
Chica and the cupcake.
the cupcake maws this one guy's face.
Yeah, like destroys it.
Yeah, just like actually just like
destroying
destroying it.
And then it's like lumberjack kind of guy. Like,
He-
he looks through the glass and he sees Chica like.
No, it was Bonnie.
No, he sees Chica.
Oh yeah, he sees
And
Chica,
he starts
running away, but then runs into a closet with Bonnie.
Yeah.
I don't know what Bonnie did to him.
But
Like we just see like the door
destroyed him.
close, his hand just like the
Bloody.
blood smear. I don't know what Bonnie did to him.
But that was pretty scary. And then the one guy's left.
Yeah, the brother. I'm trying to think. How did he die?
I remember. He got into Mike's office and he heard the cupcake coming through.
Oh yeah. He runs into I think the storage closet
And
or
then
the animatronic closet.
And the
I think
cupcake's coming through the vent, but
Yeah.
he stops it. And then I think Foxy opens the door.
Maybe, but I think was he also the one that got his like face like all like cut up by like the Freddy mask?
I'm not sure.
I think he was the one.
I'm not sure.
But so all three of them they die.
And the sister dies.
Yeah, because the sister was in the car like on like wash.
Yeah, so then she
and
comes in.
She comes in. She's looking around.
And then a little kid pretends like.
Yeah, because she looks in Freddy's mouth, and then a kid's hand pops out and I guess like drags her in. And she's just like bitten like
in half.
Yeah.
Clean half.
It
was funny actually.
It was funny but so stupid because what was it? That was a reference to the Bite of 87.
What is that?
The Bite of 87 is like one of the most important things in the game.
So what happened?
One of William's sons gets his frontal lobe bitten off by the original Freddy animatronic.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's actually that's a reference to that, just like someone getting bit by Freddy. And it was so dumb too, though, because I was just like, an animatronic really bit off someone's whole body, just leaving their legs.
It was wild.
It was like so dumb, but it was funny because it's like in a video game that looks like that would happen.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that was great.
Yeah.
And then
that's when we go to Vanessa coming to Mike's house, being like, "Oh, like, I can get you in trouble for this." Like
they talk.
They broke in.
Yep.
He explains to her his past, like, "Oh, like my little brother was kidnapped. I take these sleeping pills because I can remember the dream. I want to piece it together, like save him somehow."
Exactly.
And she just throws the pills in the water, like, no more sleeping on the job. So then the next night, I believe this is night 4, that's when he brings Abby to stay there because she really wants to go.
Yep. And then so she sleeps in a fort in the house.
Yeah.
So she sets up a fort
in
for
his
him.
office.
Yeah. He sets it up for she falls asleep. And he falls asleep.
Well, before that though, I believe it was that same night he cleaned up the pizzeria after. Obviously it was trash, make it look all nice. Then he goes back to the office, he falls asleep. Abby wakes up though and just starts roaming around, and that's when she meets the animatronics. Mike, he wakes up because I think he hears like a scream, runs out, and it's just like all 4 animatronics just like surrounding her basically, and he thinks she's getting attacked.
But no, they're just playing.
Exactly, yeah.
And this was when I was like, I don't know if I like this part, man. Because it's like, I want these things to be like scary.
Yeah.
And then we see them as like kids.
Yeah.
So I know they are.
But too, though, I kind of liked it because to what happens in like the next night, it was like, it made sense why like the animatronics were so friendly.
Yeah, because like they wanted her as for one of their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were playing, and it was like, it was funny. Honestly.
Yeah. It was because I think it was that same night. I believe Vanessa came as well, and so then they're all like partying or whatever. They build like a fort. That scene was funny.
That was funny.
The animatronics like helping build the fort. It's like you just have these like, you literally have animatronics being able to help you build a fort.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. That scene actually, the reason why I like that was because it was reminding me of an event that happens in the 3rd game called The Happiest Day. I thought that that's kind of like what it was trying to be, because
Now-
The Happiest Day was when the original Souls of the Four animatronics, where they actually got to have the birthday party they never had because that day all of them were murdered. Yeah, so that's what I thought it was trying to be.
Now,
But I guess not, because technically their souls never, like, rested after that.
yeah. How do we see that in the game? Because, like...
That, I believe that's the final cutscene after you beat Night 5.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was cool. I mean, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it either.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was funny when Bonnie fell, though. And he was just on the floor and just, like, gave a thumbs up to Abby when she asked if he was okay.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, no, they were all funny.
Yeah.
And then cut to...
Well, that same night, actually, because
So
we
same
get
night.
some big, important lore in the movie. Abby gets hurt by Bonnie because she, like, touches his guitar and, like, it lets off, like, sparks.
Yeah.
Causing her to, like, get blown back.
Yeah.
So she gets hurt, and Vanessa gets pissed at Mike for bringing her, technically putting her in danger.
Mm-hmm.
And so now he asks her, like, why are you being, like weird? Like, you've been acting weird this whole time. And that's when she explains that in the past, when Freddy's first opened, the original owner murdered 4 kids. And no
And
one
hid them,
knows.
yeah.
No one knows, like, where they went. No one knows why the murderer did it, where the murderer is, and that they were stuffed in the animatronics. That's why the animatronics are possessed, obviously.
Which is pretty scary.
Yeah.
It makes some sense.
Yeah.
Like, in real life, yeah, like, they would check literally everything and decide everything.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
It makes enough sense.
To not check the animatronics,
It's
because I mean,
plausible.
like, really, you can't. There's no way you can fit a little child into an animatronic body.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. No.
Which I guess makes sense. That's obviously why you wouldn't check the animatronics.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
But so, obviously, we find out that so does Mike.
Yeah.
And I think it was. Obviously, we go now to the 5th night.
Yeah.
Well, before the 5th night actually happens, obviously, everyone, like, they go their separate ways for like, that morning. And at that point, Mike is, he's ready to actually, like, talk to the aunt about getting custody of Abby.
Yeah.
So he talks to her and Abby gets obviously is annoyed because Abby doesn't like the aunt because the aunt doesn't care about her.
Yeah.
So she runs off and she actually goes to Freddy's.
Yeah.
I guess, like, obviously be with her friends because she's become friends with the animatronics.
Yeah.
That's actually also too in that, no, not in that scene. It comes later on. So actually she goes to Freddy's. Actually, no. No, she doesn't. I lied. That doesn't happen yet. She runs to her room, actually, after Mike and the aunt tries to talk to her. She runs to her room, and Mike has to go to work that night, so the aunt's technically watching her. So now he's at work, and he's trying to go back into the dream to, like, figure out, like, okay, like, you guys were murdered. Like, you have to know what happened to my brother. And so, he gets the dream that he wants, to have, like, a normal family, because he told Vanessa that after his brother went missing, his, like, family wasn't the same. His father, I think, left, and then he says what happened to his mother, but I don't exactly remember. But either way, like, his mother and father aren't even in the picture anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the one taking care of Abby, obviously.
Yeah.
But so the 4 kids, they tell him, like, oh, like, we want Abby to become, like, one of us, and he doesn't want it because that's not what he wanted.
Yeah.
Obviously, in his dream.
But then, like, he's able to, like, feel, like, his brother's face.
Yeah.
And then he says, like, okay, fine.
Yeah. So.
But then he realizes, like, oh my god, like, I made a mistake.
Yeah. But so now at this point, obviously the animatronics they're mad at him. They don't trust him anymore. Chica, I believe, or I think it was Freddy, one of the animatronics, though, they take him to that same room to, like, kill him.
Yeah.
Luckily, he was able to make it out. I think after that, he runs out the pizzeria.
Yeah.
To go back home to, like, try to make sure Abby's safe.
And then
He gets back to the house. He finds out she's gone.
Vanessa's there though.
Yeah, Vanessa's there. Because while he's on his way back to the house, Golden Freddy, is there.
Yeah.
To, like, take her to the pizzeria, and that's when we have the scene with Corey Kenshin. He's the taxi driver. So now she's back at the pizzeria. And obviously she's with the animatronics. Chica tries taking her to the back room to kill her.
Yeah.
But though not the same way that, like, everyone else dies. So we find out from Vanessa that there's this one animatronic actually in the back who's, like, really deadly, because we find out that this animatronic has spring locks. And how that works is that it's both for people to wear and just to be worn by itself, but it can set off really easily, like killing the person.
Yeah.
So Chica tried putting Abby in the spring lock suit to kill her, to then make her like one of them. Luckily though, Mike makes it at the same time. Vanessa did help Mike, because she told him, like, oh, like, if you shock them with, like, a taser or whatever, like, that, like, stops the circuits. It'll buy you time, at least, like, to escape.
Yeah.
And also let him use the cop car to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the grandma actually got killed by Golden Freddy.
Yeah.
Which nothing was mentioned about that, too, by the way.
Like, we only saw...
Like, we just saw her, like, body on the floor.
And the kid was like, oh, she's sleeping.
Yeah.
That was enough.
But so, he goes there, saves Abby, and now the two of them are trying to escape the pizzeria. Basically, so obviously it's just like basic, like, oh, Mike fighting off the animatronics, running away from Foxy down the hall. Freddy, I don't think really did much, honestly, in the movie. Nah. Obviously, neither did Bonnie like that, I think, either. Oh, well, no, because Mike got past them because he, like, spilled water on the floor and then shocked the water, causing both of them to get, like, stunned.
It was pretty scary because they were just playing, like, the
exactly,
song,
yeah, they just started, yeah.
And then Freddy's, like, doing, like, he's playing.
He's moving, like, he almost sees Mike.
I was like, damn, that's pretty scary.
It was. It was cool, though.
Yeah, no,
they did the animatronics great.
They did, yeah.
But so, Bonnie and Freddy, they're, like, stunned for, like, the rest of, like, that time.
Yeah.
Obviously, so was Chica, because Chica was shocked by the taser.
Yeah.
Foxy was the only one left, but I think he was able to
dodge. He's in a different area, though.
Yeah, he was able to dodge Foxy and then run out. But at this time, like, Mike is, like, badly beaten up, because obviously he, in his final dream, like, all the kids who were protecting the animatronics, yeah, they were just going at him.
But then now he's with Abby.
Yeah, but still badly beaten up. Abby, I guess, somewhat manages to escape.
Yeah.
But she's still in the pizzeria, but, like, by the exit. The Cupcake's also just being an absolute menace.
Yeah.
Cupcake was a menace this movie.
But then he tells her to hide or something.
Yeah.
She goes into the ball pit.
Yeah, Foxy almost found her in the ball pit.
Yeah, he did, I think. Remember, he, like, pulled her out?
I think so.
Oh, no, he didn't. We thought it was Foxy. It was Vanessa.
Yeah, it was Vanessa, who came to save her. Like, yeah, Vanessa finally had made it to the pizzeria. Yeah. Mike is obviously now in, like, the main area, the show stage. And then this is when we see William Afton, but he's in the Springtrap suit.
Which I think was the scariest suit.
Yeah.
Like,
it was,
especially him in the dark for a second.
Yeah.
It was pretty scary.
It wasn't, well, obviously I wasn't, like, that scared. But,
yeah, no, I wasn't either.
But it had that, like cool, like, scary suspense it was probably trying to go for. But so, now we find, like, the big piece of information. Yeah. Like, the reason why it closed, obviously, we know the kids were killed. But we find out that Vanessa is the daughter of William Afton.
Yeah. And
that he says this line that, like, he did everything because of her. I think, like, it was like, oh, like, to fix, like, what you did. So we exactly, like, that's still unanswered.
Yeah.
like what she did, and I think obviously will be like explored in a second and third movie.
Yeah.
But so now, Vanessa is she got like she has a gun now, obviously, she's a police officer, and he's like, oh, like you're not gonna do anything, like I'm your father, like I did everything basically for you.
Yeah. And
And he's
then
like, you won't shoot me.
she shoots him.
She shoots him.
But then he
He grabs her, just starts choking her.
and then she's like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, just
Bro just
stabs her in the stomach. Just
Um,
leaves her there.
Yeah.
And we also find out that all the pictures Abby's been drawing connects to William's dreams.
Yeah.
Not William, Mike's dreams. Because we also find out that she somehow knew about
His brother going missing.
yeah.
That was
yeah.
weird.
It was, but
Unexplained a little bit too.
it was, but I guess it doesn't really need to, because at the beginning of the movie she says like, oh, like my friends, like they're like imaginary friends. So I'm assuming that has something to do with
Yeah.
with like with each kid that was murdered.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But so all her drawings meant something. So she realizes that, oh, like if I draw the truth, the animatronics will turn on William.
Yeah.
Because obviously all the animatronics, they're on William's side, because each kid thought that he gave them life putting them in the animatronics.
Yeah.
When obviously that wasn't the case. He was the one who murdered them. So she draws the truth and puts on this like wall of like other drawings that other kids have made throughout the years, puts it there, and then all the animatronics, obviously, they just like shut down, but to like go against William.
Yeah.
The cupcake, again, being a menace, just dives right at William, just starts like biting his stomach. And I think that actually sets off the spring lock.
And then it goes,
Yeah, like they just start like digging into his skin, and like he's just getting like demolished by the spring lock. So obviously, in the third game, we see that also happen, and we know like that is the most gruesome thing to ever happen in like any of the games.
Yeah, and
It's
then-
just him getting just torn apart by the spring locks.
and then he gets like dragged away.
Yeah, all the animatronics, they just like take him away while like the pizzeria is like collapsing from the inside. I don't
Yeah.
get how. That's kind of weird.
It was like a little bit like, okay, look how they're gonna make it just out. But it was like,
Yeah,
it
but
was
it's like,
alright.
yeah,
It
because
was
like
weird.
they,
I didn't mind it.
yeah, I mean, it was. I guess it makes sense for like what happens, like what's gonna happen afterwards when we see him again. But for having the building collapse, it just doesn't make
It was
sense.
weird. But anyway,
The three of them, Abby, Vanessa, Mike, they escape.
they, so then it cuts to like a couple weeks later or something.
Yeah, obviously he's all fine. Abby's now like normal, I guess. Like
Yeah.
like they're on a good relationship.
Yeah, and then
She's not getting taken away by the
No.
one, because I mean she's
She's
dead.
dead.
And we Mike actually goes to the hospital to visit Vanessa because she's in a coma.
The only thing is like this, right? Like, clearly no one has gone to that pizzeria still.
Yeah, like they don't explain like
There's
what
no-
happens after that.
There's
Like
no other suspect but Mike.
yeah,
That's the only thing that's weird. But I
exactly.
get it. They didn't want to talk about that.
But I mean,
That's
I
fine.
guess though it doesn't really matter, because the
Yeah.
one who's been offering the job to security guards has been William Afton.
No, exactly.
So for like the building to be collapsed now, it makes sense. So I guess once they like, I guess like in movie universe, they'll find out. I guess like, oh, like no one's here to like take care of the building, so we'll just tear it down, and that'll lead to the second game.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff was changed between the movie to the games. Obviously, the movie now sets up its own like universe,
Yeah.
its own like story to tell.
So I'm gonna say that.
I am too.
Like, don't. I would say like maybe avoid like the universe stuff. Maybe
Yeah.
avoid doing that. But like, dude, make sequels.
Exactly,
They're gonna
yeah.
be Fun. Make them scarier.
Yeah, I think so. I think it will get a little bit scary
Like,
here on out.
dude, they're gonna keep making money.
Yeah.
You know?
Overall, I liked it.
I liked it too.
I
wasn't-
liked how the credits, they had the original song playing
yeah,
for the
yeah,
credits
yeah.
from the Living Tombstone.
Yeah.
That was a great touch to detail.
Yeah. Okay. Now to end this, What's your rating out of 10?
As I said that night, as we saw it, 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. I've been sitting on it. Pause.
Unpause. We're not gonna find out.
I'm gonna go 6.8. That's
All right.
what I was at. I'm between 6.5 and like 7.3. It's in that
Okay,
range.
okay, that's not bad.
I
That's
liked
still a
it.
pretty good.
I liked it. I think you always knew you were gonna like it more.
Yeah, obviously I've been a Final Freddy's fan since the second game.
Yeah, but I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. It was a fun night.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
late,
We saw the latest showtime our mall offered, which was 11:45. The movie didn't end until like what, almost like 2 in the morning.
Like 2:15.
Yeah, I didn't go to sleep until almost like 4:30.
Me either.
It was
Because like you
wild.
couldn't find like an Uber.
Yeah. It was hard for me to get home. Then I had to take a shower, obviously, because I can't. I had to.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you need to take a shower.
Yeah, I know. But it was a fun day, obviously.
Yeah. But one more thing before. So. Low key, there's not much editing needed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send this home to Bianca.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bianca, our
Thank
amazing
you,
editor.
Bianca. Wonderful
Almost
editor.
18. Almost 18.
Yes.
We'll be there. Tomorrow is a huge episode.
Yes.
The biggest episode of our life.
Oh my God! It's this day I've been waiting for.
Me
This
too.
episode, the Final Fantasy episode, I've been waiting for. This episode is like, it's gonna be one to put down the history books.
Yeah. And you might be thinking, Jonas.
What
from
is
Ando,
it?
What is it?
Like, how can it be that good? Like, you just review movies.
Like, do we tell him?
Nah,
We don't tell him.
I'm gonna do my own thing. We're
I'm
gonna do our own thing.
That's a little hint.
Yeah.
You can guess what it is. Respect.
Exactly. Anyways, I will actually say this. There are two references that I noticed. I don't think a lot of people would have
Okay.
noticed. I know would have noticed.
Mm-hmm.
One, that Springlock character we saw at like midpoint in the movie. I did tell you that it wasn't from the game, that character. I did find out that it was from the books, the Fazbear Frights books. I think it was from book number 6. And then in that same like office area where like the other animatronic parts are, there was a dog animatronic who was a reference to this fan-made animatronic that was like going around like, oh my God, like it's in the first game.
Yeah.
Called Sparky the dog. I love that they referenced that. Because like that was the first ever like hoax for the first game.
Yes,
like going
you told me
around.
that. Yeah.
So to see that reference, like, I loved it.
Yeah.
I love when movies do that. Like they reference like a
little
lot of
references.
stuff from like their media.
Yeah.
Favorite thing to find in movies,
And
other than the soundtrack.
exactly. And now, as we end this, I'm gonna try and make sure Bianca releases this tonight.
Hopefully,
That's my goal. So
Yeah.
everyone can see this.
this
and
is
then-
our horror October episode.
Yep. And now, honestly, we probably will be doing some more horror movies later in the year.
Yeah,
Because
because we
This
do
low-key
plan to.
makes us. I think we're gonna be seeing more horror movies because it was low-key fun.
There's more horror movies coming out the rest of the year now.
And then, I gotta get an ID that says I'm 17 somehow, just so we
Yeah.
can not have to worry about it.
Yeah, because anyone who's 17 can go see rated R movies at AMC. I got a state ID, so I could see it.
But I need.
I'm
to say
good.
ID. So
You can't,
we're
yeah.
gonna figure it out.
Go to the DMV and get that. It doesn't take that long,
Yeah, I
depending
might
if you
just
find
have
an
to.
appointment.
Yeah, I might just have to.
Yeah.
But tomorrow's episode is huge. Happy Halloween.
Yes, sir.
everybody.
Happy Halloween.
We will be in costume.
Yes.
That's my final thing I'm gonna say.
Exactly. It's a duo costume.
Yes.
Uh,
In a way.
in a way, it is.
Like they've like been in the same room.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Hey.
Not yet. Not yet.
Hey, pause. But we're excited. Very excited.
Yes. But thank you for watching this episode.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
There will be inconsistencies. We did say episode 6, but if this comes out tonight,
That would be 4.
no, this will technically.
It'll be episode 4 because the
Because
other
yeah,
two
we
didn't
don't.
go up.
Yeah, we didn't 3.5 or
4 or
4
5.
didn't. No, 5 we didn't even do
5
because
didn't
5
do.
we had issues with the SD card.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It'll be up tonight, no matter what it's called.
Yeah, I think though we gotta like stop doing numbers and just have like
Just-
the episode just like tell like what we're reviewing.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, thank you for
Thank
everyone.
you for watching this episode. We hope you enjoyed. Like always, if you haven't watched our previous episodes, watch them.
Check it out. Spotify.
Exactly.
YouTube, everything. Yeah.
Yes. Comment, like, and subscribe.
Exactly. Please comment.
Shout us out. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your pets even.
Tell your grandma.
Yeah. Tell your imaginary friends. Go down to Chuck E. Cheese and tell your local animatronics.
Be like,
Just-
yo, Chuck, watch Magic Beneath the Screen.
Exactly. Just don't get bitten in half by him.
Exactly. Don't just leave your legs behind.
Yeah.
And on that note, thank you for watching Magic Beneath
The screen. Until next time.